Hey there, winos. This is VINCE.WINE. Okay, I'm still looking at old world wines, and yes, I realize that there's more to old world than France, but I just happened to come by a bottle of Moët Chandon. This is one of the world's leading producers of champagne, so I kind of just want to pop the cork on this guy and find out, can such a huge producer still produce quality wine? Let's find out on today's Wine Lab. Well, thank you for joining me, and before we get started today, if you want to be a winoceros, hit subscribe on this channel to become a wino today. I will put out new videos every single Saturday, so be sure to hit that bell icon to stay notified for more great wine content. So by now, it's become pretty popular that all champagnes are sparkling wine, but not all sparkling wine is champagne. I think it was Apple that had this big lawsuit because they wanted to call one of their colors champagne, and it was protected by the region of Champagne in France. So yeah, it's kind of common knowledge at this point that if it's not from Champagne, then it cannot be called champagne. Now, Champagne is arguably the world's most important sparkling wine region, making up about 33% of the world's sparkling wine value, which is pretty outstanding when you think about the fact that Champagne is only 12% of the world's sparkling wine production. So Moët Chandon, this is the wine that we celebrate with if you win a sports. This is the one that you spray everyone with. This is really the top dog outside of Dom Perignon and all of those super high-end ones. So what I want to find out is, can such a big producer still produce quality? Let's pop this open and find out. But first, we'll take a closer look at the bottle. As ever, this is a gorgeous bottle. It is that bright gold capsule there, Champagne Moët Chandon, and there it is, their little seal with their established date of 1743. My goodness, really gorgeous ribbon on there that surrounds the bottle. Then you get an up-close look at their label, Champagne, Epernay, France. They're founding in 1743. Moët Chandon, Impérial is the lineup here, and this is the most common. This is sort of the base level of Chandon at about $40 a bottle, sometimes less, and it is their Brut. Comes in at an easy 12% alcohol by volume, product of France. Find our little pull tab here. Some people actually collect these things here, these little caps in the cage. And we just want a slight hiss, not a pop. And there it is. Silent. Yeah, it's super fun to just pop and explode this thing and waste your bubbles, and it really kills the bubbles in the wine as well when you do that. It's super celebratory, it's a lot of fun. Heck, I'm one who likes to savor my champagne bottles when the occasion calls for it, which is usually like just a Tuesday night for me. But we do want to save the bubbles here. Okay, let's get this in the glass. And before you clock me in the comments about this glass as well, I will let you know that first of all, there's no wrong way to drink wine, and sparkling wine is first and foremost wine. But it is totally appropriate to drink it in a normal wine glass. The bowl will help to capture that nose just like any other wine, and it gives you a much better way to view the liquid in the glass. Speaking of, this is a really bit more golden than I expected. So this has a little bit less of that sort of straw bright that I think I was assuming it would have. It's more of a deep yellow gold here, really pretty, and of course super effervescent and bright in the glass. And the Impérial Brut is also a non-vintage wine, so I was gifted this bottle. I'm not sure how old it is. Hopefully it's still fresh enough on the nose. Oh yeah, okay, that is just one of the things that I love most about champagne, and it's one of the things that sets it apart from a lot of other sparkling wines in the world, and that is that sort of brioche, bready, sort of leesy thing that happens, and that's exactly where that comes from. It's that surly aging on the lees, giving you that very sort of toasty aromatic, and that's certainly the first thing that I get here. And then right underneath that, some really pretty green apple in there, really nice, beautiful apple in there, a little yellow apple as well. This one, I'm thinking maybe slightly aged. I'm getting that sense from the color and from just a hint of bruised apple in here as well. So I may have a bit of an older bottle, but it still smells lovely. It's not giving me anything weird, leaning too far into that like apricot or raisin or anything like that. Oh, that's good. Okay, those bubbles come in strong. Oh my gosh, they come in so intense. And this is, of course, super chilled right now. You know what I'm getting in addition as far as flavor is florals. It's giving me more of like this white wildflower bouquet, and then along with that appley thing, and then just that finish of breadiness, really nice. It's amazing how this finds time to be supple and rich, even though it's frothy and bubbly, right? It's still a very full-bodied wine, which makes it extremely enjoyable. Now, that probably comes from a particular varietal you may not know much about. This is Pinot Meunier. In Champagne, you can use 3 varietals to make your sparkling wine. Chardonnay, it's where you get the color and all that nice fruitiness from. Pinot Noir, which can sometimes add a tinge of salmon or pink, as well as really beautiful berry aromatics in the wine as well. And then Pinot Meunier, which ultimately can give you a structure and backbone that is rich and supple and full on the palate. And I think that's what we've got here as well. Oh my gosh, this is actually super enjoyable. I've got to say, for being such a humongous producer of sparkling wine the world over, this is an incredible wine. There is still so much complexity happening here. There's so much satisfaction I'm getting on the palate. That finish is just going forever. And I can easily see this being super versatile with food. Yeah, I want seafood. Yeah, I want, chicken kind of things as well. But it can go beyond that, maybe even to the spicy side of foods and hearty meals as well. I would actually just stay away from sweet, believe it or not. The acidity in here is really great, but the rule of thumb is you want your wine sweeter than the food you're eating. Now, at the $40 price point, this is still a little bit up there for an everyday sparkling, but for champagne, that's actually not bad. Let me know in the comments what your go-to champagnes are. Do you find any other inexpensive ones? I've got a couple go-to champagnes that are a little less expensive than that, and let me know in the comments if you want to see a video on those. But as for the question, is this a quality wine? The answer is absolutely. This is a very quality champagne. I'm really, really happy with it. I'm thankful it was a gift, but I actually would go back to try the Brut Rosé as well. And then there's also the Chandon series, but that series is made by Moët, but they're out of California. So it'd be interesting to see how much old world would we get out of that. I think I will try that when I get back to the new world. If you enjoyed what you saw here today, please leave me a like. That helps so much. Don't forget to share this video with your wine friends. And until next time, winos, drink safe and drink well. Cheers.